Everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be doing another coaching session for League of Legends. We're going to be looking at a Silver 5 Janna replay. So this is going to be another Dylan replay, Dagon. So Dagon has contributed quite a lot to the channel. We've done a lot of replays for Dagon recently. I think he ordered 6 this month, so he's really looking to improve, really looking for some insight on a bunch of different champions. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. This is going to be the 5th one that we have lined up here. So we're going to talk about the op.gg review really quickly, talk about the pregame pretty quickly. We'll go into the game itself. I'll take some notes, and then we'll talk about the 5 best ways that Dylan can improve based on the gameplay here. And then near the end of the video, I will tell you about how to become a member. Dylan is a member himself. It's a lot of fun. We just did members night last night. It's really cool. Every Tuesday we get together, and I play with members, and I just play a bunch of champions that people vote on. We have a really cool Discord where you can join in and hang out and have fun with a lot of the cool members and community that we're gaining. And you can vote on the champions that I play. I think I just mentioned that, but I play those throughout the week as well as on Tuesdays, and you can play with me on Tuesdays. It's a ton of fun. So a lot of good benefits to membership. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. If you have any questions for me, or you want to commission your own coaching video, it's just $20. You can email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. We'll set that up. It's really simple. You just send me a replay directly from your files. You don't need any third-party software. I have a video that can show you very easily how to do that. You just send it to me. Usually I can get the turnaround within a week, oftentimes much faster than that depending on the workload. Sometimes I can get it to you the next day. But you can get a video just like this to help you improve your gameplay. If you want to see more coaching videos, you can watch my coaching video playlist. I'm going to have probably between 35 to 40 relatively soon videos posted up. If you want to see an in-depth Janna guide, this is one of the most popular guides. I think it's got about 14,000 views, which is quite a lot for this channel. Really in-depth, tells you a lot of tips and tricks, explains why Janna has been probably the strongest support for the last 10 patches in a row. If she's not the strongest, she's always in the top 3 ever since they nerfed the lethality champions and the AP supports back in 7.5. She's an extremely strong champion, but she's very misunderstood. People don't know quite why she's strong, especially right now. Everyone is just now noticing, oh my god, she's really strong, and you know, they think she came out of nowhere, right? They think, oh, it was just a couple of coin buffs, or oh, it's because of Ardent Sensor all of a sudden. Ardent Sensor has been in its current state for 10 patches or more. Coin has been really strong for several patches now, so people are just now catching on. So if you want the scoop on that, this is a video that I made back in March, still very relevant for today, about why Janna is really strong and why she's a good champ that you should pick up. If you want to see other guides such as Zyra, Nami, Karma, Tom Kench, and just a ton of other cool champion guides, you can click on these there as well, and I'm adding on a bunch more over time. I have a few more on the docket that I'm going to do very soon. Okay, let's go ahead and start with this coaching session though. So this is the game we're going to be looking at. It looks pretty good overall. I like the skill order. I like the runes for the most part. I would prefer flat health, but I understand those are a lot of IP, so if you don't quite have the IP to pull that off, then that's okay. But I think you really just need to shore up your early game. Janna's great late game. You just need to make sure she doesn't get killed early game. I mean, this isn't a super kill lane they have with Nami and Vayne, but I would still just run flat health just to be safe. And then perfect masteries is exactly what I would recommend. As far as itemization goes, it looks like you were probably planning on building Redemption and then you changed your mind and switched over to Ardent Sensor. That's going to slow down your Ardent Sensor quite a lot by getting that Crystalline Bracer, so we'll have to see how the game unfolds. It really just depends. It's very flexible builds these days. I think that getting Eye of the Oasis is probably where you want to be early on. I don't think Corki scales well enough with Ardent Sensor to justify rushing that first item before Oasis. But we'll just see how it goes. I do like the items. We're just talk about sort of the order in which you get the items. But I do think that Ardent Sensor plus Redemption plus Eye of the Oasis, those are the 3 items that you want. So I definitely agree with that. And yeah, that's it. So that's a really easy pregame. I know you watch a ton on the stream. I think I've even coached you on a couple of Janna videos. So most of that is exactly what I would recommend in lock. Okay, so you want to try to be relatively aggressive in lane. That's going to be difficult, to be honest with you. This is a tough lane. This is a really bad matchup for you. because Vayne is going to outscale this Corki big time, and Nami is going to make sure that Corki can't harass the Vayne early. She's going to babysit him well, and you don't have enough pressure for an all-in kill as Janna. So this puts you in a very, very awkward position to where you can't be aggressive early, but you kind of have to try to be aggressive because Vayne's going to crush you later, but Nami's going to stop you from doing that. So this is a really, really bad situation bot lane. If I had to bet, I would bet that it's just going to be a farm-off lane, and I think that favors Vayne. But we'll see. The rest of the matchup's also kind of rough. Diana versus Lux is a skill matchup. If Diana gets ahead, she can potentially kill the Lux, but it's a lot more probable that Diana is going to get caught out and die a bunch of times. Lux is a much safer champion, and Maokai has really good ganks. So if Maokai, comes in and just W's right on top of Diana, that's going to be a free full combo for Lux, and she's going to kill him. So once Maokai gets Righteous Glory and just keeps rushing middle with that item, I would almost rush that if I was Maokai. I would probably go against your team. I would probably go Cinder Hulk into Righteous Glory and get that pretty quickly. And once he does that, it's just free combos for Lux. So that's going to be very tough. Nasus in theory is extremely strong, but Garen is a great early game bully. And Wither's not going to affect him that much. I think he could even cleanse the Wither. He can at least cleanse the movement speed part of it with his Q. So, that's a really bad matchup for Nasus, I think. Later game, Nasus can kill him for sure. But I think that Garen, if Garen plays that correctly, can hold him down for at least the first 20 minutes of the game, if not longer. Zen is all right, but he doesn't have quite as much utility as Maokai does. He doesn't have a lot of CC. He's very easy to kite. I don't see a lot of ways for y'all to kill the Vayne. I mean, if Diana gets really far ahead, you might be able to get on her and just full combo her potentially. Nasus, if he gets a Wither on her, might be able to run her down, but Vayne's very good against Nasus because she can roll Kite backwards and knock him back with her E, her Condemn. So this looks like a very tough game. But, the best way to win is try to pressure early if you can. And then I think the split push later on, if Nasus is not completely shut out of this game by Garen, I think split push is your best path to victory. So just make sure you ward for him and direct your team to play around the split push. Your team, I don't think, can win a team fight later unless you're really far ahead. It's going to be very difficult because Zen and Diana are really one-dimensional, and they're going to get shut out by Maokai and Nami, probably, if they're doing their jobs, unless they get really far ahead. Both of those champions, if they're ahead, can one-shot blow up people, and they can just melt right through Maokai if they get enough damage. But Maokai's tank items are a lot cheaper than their damage items, and he's going to hit his power spike much faster than them. And like I said, it's a pretty nasty combo with that front line where Maokai can crowd control people, and that's basically just going to give Lux a free firing range to full combo people. And Zen and Diana are probably going to have no resistances, so the Maokai plus Lux is going to be really difficult to deal with for your team, I think. But the best way to do it, I think, is to have Nasus split and then get really good vision control and just hide out in bushes and try to pick people off with Diana or Zen. So I don't think you can win, like I said, if they have a good tank line, Maokai and Garen are just hanging out up front, and you just try to run at them with your team, I think you're going to lose. So you're going to have to get really good flanks and just catch people out when they're not grouped up. Okay, so that's my prediction. Tough game, but it is possible with split pick. So you can't team fight, I don't think, this game. Unless you're really far ahead, or unless they mess up big time. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in here. Now, it is the next day, so this is patch 7.16 today, but I haven't upgraded my client yet, so that's allowed me to access number 5, and hopefully I can access number 6 before the stream tonight to make sure that I get all of these coaching sessions in. So I thought that it reset it after today, and I was going to be really bummed because I was going to have to ask you for, another replay. So I just couldn't quite get through. I had 8 to 10 replays to do over the last few days. But it looks like I'm going to actually be able to convert. So this is great. So as long as you don't upgrade the client, you can still look at your old replays. I think that's the bottom line here, which is really cool. It's going to help me out a lot with scheduling. Okay. Because I almost passed out on the keyboard trying to finish these off last night. And I was feeling just terrible that I didn't think I was going to be able to get to this one. Oh, I need to turn on the sound here. Hey, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Okay. And let me go for blue. All right. Hold on, something seems a little wacky there. Do I have two instances of it open? Okay, there we go. Yeah, a little wacky. That's the other one that I didn't want to close it all the way out because I was afraid it would upgrade and like not let me stay on this. So I'm being very like finicky about it. But here we go. We got it. Okay, didn't miss anything. I don't think we're gonna miss a lot. I mean, we'll see early on. I think it's just gonna be Nami harassing. How much AP does that Nami have? That's a pretty cool Nami skin. She doesn't have much AP, so she's not going to hurt that badly. What is she even running? Penetration? She doesn't have a lot of armor either. Attack damage? She's got a little bit of armor, no magic resist. Probably some move speed. I don't know. She doesn't have a lot of AP though, so she's not going to hurt that bad. That's the thing. Yeah, I need to back up. You really don't want to trade. I mean, I said to try to be aggressive, but that's the ideal, but it's just not going to happen, I don't think. They just, with Nami's heal and with the coin mana, like, there's just no way you're going to be able to stick damage on them. Like, Nami and Sona are probably the best two picks into Janna. Soraka's pretty good, too. Janna's much better against the tanks. Did he not start Shield? No. He should have started Doran Shield. But you can't do anything about that. Anytime you have a Nami or a Sona in your lane, you need to get Doran Shield. Unless you yourself have a Nami or a Sona in your lane that can counter them. Doran Shield does shut them down really hard, though. I don't know. Shielding is okay there. I do like shielding towers typically, but the problem is that's going to throw off his last hitting this early in the game, so he's not going to have enough AD to pull that off. I mean, having the extra Doran's Blade does help him last hit. If he has a hard time with that. I think it's just going to be a farm off most likely. Speed this up a little bit here. I mean, I love Janna, but there's not a lot of, not a ton of deep critical strategy in a lot of lanes with Janna early on. If they have an all-in, there can be some interesting combinations there, but, you know, farm-off Enchanter versus a farm-off Enchanter. I mean, Nami can potentially go aggressive, but the problem is, like, Vayne won't do it, probably. Vayne just doesn't have the damage. Vayne just wants to farm off. And that's all they have to do. Like, the onus is on you to make something happen, to try to pressure her, or she just farms. But you can't do it because Sona's just, or Nami's just going to heal through everything that you do, so. Yeah, and she got a Vamp Scepter early. She got an early back end for a Vamp Scepter, so now there's absolutely no way you're going to do anything to her. Corki is a bad bot laner because he doesn't scale hard enough. He's an okay mid laner because he has really good poke and he can punish other mid laners, and they don't have sustain in the mid lane. That's the key why you see Corki in the mid. So whenever he lands his phosphorus bombs and his ultimate shots and all this other stuff against like a Syndra or a Cassiopeia, Cassiopeia does heal a little bit actually, but like a Syndra or an Orianna, they're not going to heal that back. That damage sticks. So you can pressure a lot early. But in bot lane, where they're going to have like Spell Vamp and Enchanter supports and Doran shields and all this, it makes a champion like Corki extremely weak in the bot lane because he's very predicated on early game pressure and like his spells, his magic damage on his abilities. And, you know, a lot of the meta right now just invalidates him. So I'm not sure when you picked, like, what the orders were on these picks, but, you know, if you were, like, 5th pick and you knew they had Vayne Nami and you were going to have Corki, I would have opted into something like, either, like, Sona to match the early game harass and healing of Nami, or something that just goes all in and tries to kill him, like a Nautilus, Leona, maybe even a Zyra, something like... Zyra's tough because Vayne can roll away and dodge Zyra's roots a lot. This is like, there aren't many bad matchups for Janna, but this is definitely one of them. This is like a doomsday scenario for Janna because they have a much higher scaling support, or AD carry. They have a much higher scaling AD carry, and you have a champion, you're paired with a champion that is really reliant on early game pressure and either kills or heavy poke in lane. Corki. So you do not pair very well with Corki, and you do not match up very well against their support or their AD carry. So this is just like bad all around. And Corki doesn't line up that well against Vayne. Early on, like, you can see the potential. Like, Corki does chunk her out. Like, he does nice damage here. Okay, I mean, you might be able to make something happen. I think they're just going to retreat, though. Yeah, Corki's out of mana. So that was good. You did get a couple of summoners there, but that's about as good as it's going to get, you know? It's like right when Corki hits 6 is his big power spike. He got Sheen, which is his big power spike. I mean, Trinity is his really big one, but like once he gets that Sheen and hits 6, that's when he can really start laying in some damage. Wow, they didn't back. Okay, you can't let her get coins. What is she doing? Where'd she go? I'm really surprised she didn't get this plant. Okay. Well, you made him pay. That's good. You gotta slow that train down. You got Corki to catch up in CS. Oh, don't take that. Don't take that. Don't take that. Okay. I would have probably gone to this ledge here and then done that, just so that you heal the Zen also while he's fighting him. This is what you need. This is what your team needs. Like, you really need Diana to get really far ahead to go into one-shot territory. I always joke on my stream that most Dianas in my games go triple digits in the death column, which is obviously a little facetious, but it's not that far off. Like, Diana is a very, very one-dimensional, like, feast or famine. Either you're ahead and you're unstoppable, or you're behind and you're complete garbage. Often it's the latter. Oh, don't do it, and she's dead. Well, that was a great exhaust. That's good. Okay, you need to run, though. Good job. I thought she was totally dead there, but that's the power of Janna. Okay, so that's good. Alright, well, she's going Blade of the Ruined King, so that's good news for you. The thing is, she doesn't need that much extra heal because she has the Nami. And you... I mean, I guess Blade does help her kite Zen and maybe even Diana a little bit. So Blade's not, like, the worst thing in the world on Vayne, but... Okay, good ward. You see it, but you can't do a lot about it. Yeah, go middle. And okay, she's gone. I don't know, like, you need to just come in here. They don't have a lot of crowd control. I would just come in here. I think you're too late. Instead of chasing that, yeah, I would have pinged him back and just, like, gone over here and just looked. Like, if you're sitting there looking at them, they might stop or they might try to chase you. You know they don't have a lot of engage. I mean, you were trying to ping for it, I think. I can't tell how much you pinged, but yeah, definitely just keep pinging back and ping the dragon. So they know. Like, don't just ping, like, come here. Like, ping the dragon itself so they understand what you're talking about. That was a good try, though. I mean, you were in the right spot. You did have it warded. There's a chance maybe they just don't listen, you know? But I think, especially since they didn't have hard engage, if you just showed up here and, like, maybe dance around a little bit. Maybe they stop it. Probably not, because they see Zen in the middle. I don't know. In the end, I guess it's probably correct just to let it go. But I just hate to see it happen, because they're going to scale so hard with that Infernal. Well, Nami does have 2 of their kills, which is good. You need to be rotating up here. Just let Quirky do bottom. Yeah, I think that's a mistake. If you would have been here, you probably could have held this at least for 1 or 2 more waves. Yeah, let me pull this up. Okay, so you should be thinking, like, okay, you're down here. As soon as you see this going on, you need to start running up here immediately. Like, they're gonna die, but you need to run and go this way. And use, like, full charge tornadoes and shields to stall this. Because you're not, like, there's no threat on the tower right now here. And you're just not even wave clearing it that fast. And you're just kind of taking CS away from Corki, because he's going to come down here and want to farm this anyways. Like, Corki probably should have gone middle. But you should have definitely gone middle. Like, you should have gone middle and pinged help a lot and get Corki to come help you. How big was that wave when you went down there? Let me see. It's pretty big. Okay, maybe stop it until right, like, there, and then run back up here. Because you know they're going to get caught. The Goof Troop here, because there's no wards on either side. And neither one of them has escapes. So you could have been, like, about right here. You maybe could have saved the Diana. Maybe. Like, coming down there to stop, like, one little wave of the tower, like, right here is okay. But staying this long, I think, is a mistake. You need to rotate back up here so that you can shield and protect this. You probably could have saved Diana. I think Zen was a lost cause, but you maybe could have saved Diana. And, you know, in the worst case scenario, I think you could have stalled this out and pinged help and got Corki to come help you. Yeah, so just watch around on the map and just try to be in a place where you can just delay them. I would rotate up top. There's about to be like 3 or 4 people up there. They want to. What they want to do right now is kill Nasus and get this objective. Well, they might just be taking the objective right now. Do you have wards? Wait, you haven't backed yet? I don't know, man. It's like 15 minutes into the game. Like, you gotta back. Wait, how did you not back after bottom? Let me see. Oh, you started rotating too late. Like, right. Okay, so you were thinking what I was thinking, but you're just too late. Okay, once they take this tower, you have to back. Like, immediately just back. Because you have so much gold right now. Like, you have no sightstone. Like, you've got to have, like, 2,000 gold. At least. I mean, look at her items. Like, she's almost got a full, huge item. And she's got tier 2 boots. Like, you got to back. Because now, you need wards to protect this. And just to keep people from getting caught. Yeah, you can't go in there without vision. You just gotta give that up at this point. You gotta back. Just back. I know you want to help hold towers and stuff, but you really need vision. This is all snowballing out of control here because, like, people don't have vision, so they keep getting caught and killed. Okay, so you did back. So how this should have gone down was... I probably wouldn't go bottom. If you're going to go bottom, I would ping them back middle. Or just say huge wave bot, go farm it. Tell, like, either Diana or Zen to go bottom and farm that instead of you. And then you help hold middle. If you have to go down there by yourself, you should rotate back up after you just get it off the tower. Like, don't push it anymore, just get it off the tower. But I think in an ideal world, you tell Diana to go down there and get that free farm. People love farm, right? They just probably didn't see it. So you need to tell her to go down there and get that farm. And then just ping, like, question marks on the side. Just say something like, care flanks, or something like that. Okay, get up here, get up here. Yeah, what should have happened is one way or another you defend middle, whether you stayed the whole time or you rotate back after you get it off the bot tower. You defend middle, wait on Corky to come back up and help you. Then you go back, you buy, you get vision, and then your vision helps deny Rift Herald. That Rift Herald has 2 towers now. Y'all got middle, but you're going to lose the tier 2. Yeah, not that close, not that close. Just keep running. They got it. This guy's suiciding. Yeah, good ult. Okay, if he gets a wither on her, she should die. Yeah, he doesn't have flash wither. What's he getting? Does he have Trinity? Oh. Diana might be able to catch him. Okay, more Drake. You need to, like, ward this. Ward right here instead of there, because that gives you vision if they're coming through here. So this is the best place to ward. Ward here, ward here. Now, if Nami's there, you need to be very careful. Like, just ward over this wall right now, like right here. What are they doing? Yeah, the itemization is a little wonky here. I think definitely with the way this map, like, look how open this map is. There are so many towers down right now that you really need Eye of the Oasis. Like, you need 4 wards because they're contesting vision with pinks. Like, it's really hard for you to stick vision because they have so much extra map pressure. You need those 4th wards because they're going to keep clearing your wards out. Oh. You don't have it. Okay. They're beating you to all the spots. Like, you needed to have vision, like, here, and you needed to get it here before Nami got there. Wait, where were you in that? Yeah, you should just be going, like, right here. What? Yeah, you shouldn't be over here. You should have just gone right here to this tower, because you know that's where they're going to go. This is, like, the last tier 2. Like, they just got this. They're not going to go bottom. They're almost certainly going to go right here, so you should be here to help defend this. No, that's just... He's dead. Just leave him alone. Leave him alone. He's gone. Hit him with the question marks. Let him know who's boss. Oh. Okay, well, she doesn't have ult, though. He might want to hit the Vayne. Oh, it's going to be a double kill. Maybe not. Oh, God. You had ult, though. I think you could have ulted in there. Did you have it the whole time? Let me see. Okay. So let's see where you could have ulted here. That would have been pretty good. Like when you both get binded, maybe there. You don't have flash. Shield him. Can you shield him? Wait, do you have shield? I'm gonna click on you to see what your cooldowns are. What's your mana? Okay, you have 250 mana. You need 200 for shield. Okay, so shield is... Well, I can't tell. Dang it, because the timer keeps going. Even if I pause it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so there's shield. Boom, shield. Okay, let's see. 2, 1... No, he died while shield was down. Well, at the last second you could have. Right there, ult. Ult. Wait, what? Oh, you used your mana on Tornado. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't use your mana on Tornado there. I know it's hard to keep track of. Sometimes you're just like, oh crap, I just ran out of mana. That's happened to me before too. But just start to watch. You gotta try to keep an eye on your mana and just say, you know what, I don't have much left. I need to really just like make sure I have enough for ult. Because if you could have ulted right there, you probably could have saved some people. I think you could have ulted to save the Nasus and the Diana. Let me look one more time. Then we'll leave it alone. Okay. This is the last time we'll look at it. I think this is a pretty key fight, though. Alright, so you got, like 100 mana. Just walk right up here and ult right now. Right there. Boom. Ult. Then Diana would have been at full health, and she would have been able to kill the Vayne. And you would have been at full health, so you wouldn't have died to Garen. Or whatever you die to up here. Or do you get away? I don't remember. Okay, I guess you get away. But Vayne is getting out of control. She's 4-1. So pay attention to mana. Save enough for ult. Yeah, you need to ping him back. Okay, you pinging him? Okay, they made it. If they killed somebody up there, they're gonna get Triforce. Okay, leave this alone. You don't need to be here clearing. Like, Corky's coming. Just get over here and ward this. Like, ward just stuff. Like, here, just everywhere. And this is why you need that Oasis. Okay, you got the Oasis. Good. Get her, get her. Watch out, Zen doesn't have TP. Oh. Yeah, y'all probably shouldn't fight. Like, the Nami, maybe you could try to pick off right here and run, but other than that... Yeah, Zen's gonna be way over there. Should he be there? No. But at the end of the day, you gotta recognize there's a person who's not there. Like, y'all do recognize it. You question mark him. You get flanked by Maokai, but, you know, you just shouldn't even be up that far. If he's over there, y'all need to be, like, over here at the tower. And that sucks, you know, you shouldn't, he shouldn't be there, but at the end of the day, he is, you know. That's gonna be hard to come back from that. It's gonna be real hard. And yeah, you know, at the end of the day, and this is something that I struggle with too, sometimes you can't make the ideal play. You have to just do the best that you can, right? You got to work with what you have. And if this guy just wants to AFK split, if this guy just wants to AFK split, you have to try to work around that. That probably means just like hanging out, just being as safe as you can, and just waiting on someone to match him on a split push. Now they could just go as a 5-man and like force you to fight them at Baron, but force them to make that extra critical step. Oh wow, what? What? Oh, he's watching that. He's not even. He didn't even see the Vayne right there. I don't think. Are they seriously just trying to win right now? I mean, you did kill Vayne, I guess. Y'all are not getting through that Garen, though. Yeah. People are just losing their minds. So yeah, you got to play around like what the what's possible, you know. And sometimes, like I said, I'm guilty of this too. I'm thinking like, okay, well, you know, that person shouldn't be there or whatever. But you know, at the end of the day, I have to be the one who's critically thinking and looking and just saying, you know what, they're there. They shouldn't be there, but they are. So what are we gonna do now? Like that's just how you have to look at it. If someone's out of position, just think, okay, well, how can I make the best of what this is? No. Don't go look at that. Just give that up. Zen's not there. Zen's up here. This guy doesn't... He doesn't really know. Like, maybe he's auto-filled. Maybe... Who knows? Yeah, this is another case where y'all are fighting over this dragon, but there's about a 0% chance you're going to get this dragon because you don't have smite. So, you know, y'all just basically got aced again. When you know Zen's there, I think someone pinged him, right? Like, people keep pinging him, so you know he's not there. It's not like this is something sneaky. Like, he's been doing this all game. But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is, should you guys contest dragon? You know, yes, you should. So the 4 people, like, your teammates and you and your teammates should, you know, you should be contesting dragon. You're not too far behind to fight for it. But, like, you should be trying to catch people in these bushes, like, getting good vision control. So, you know, y'all are right. 4 people should be trying to do something over here, but you know what? He's not here. And y'all have to recognize that. He's been doing this all game. So, is it bad? Yes. Should he be doing it? No. You know, but once again, you have a minimap. You can see he's not there. There's no way you take this without smite. Just logically, like, it's not happening. So, you should just lay down this dragon and just give it to him. It sucks, but that's the best you can do. And sometimes if someone does this, you're just going to lose the game anyways. But you're going to be a lot less likely to lose the game if you didn't give up the 8 kills, right? So 4 off of that one and 4 off the previous play where he was splitting middle. You know, if y'all just hang out and just try to push the wave and defend this, he gets this tower and they get a dragon. Not a great trade, but it's better than they get 4 kills, a dragon, and an inhibitor for his tower. You know what I'm saying? So really, you just have to make the best of a bad situation. I mean, he can 1v1 pretty much anyone. I don't know why this Nami's fighting him, but... Oh god, is she really gonna 1v1 him? I mean, I don't know what he might just be like inting or like I can't read the chat. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, I mean, you just have to play around him, and that's just it. Like it sucks, but. Okay, so just be safer at your base. Maybe try to just push up lanes. And then when two people go for him and inevitably kill him, then maybe you can try to get something else on the map. I'm not really sure. I mean, he's kind of right that I don't think y'all can win a 5v5 at this point. But... he's going about it all wrong. Like, you guys should be setting up picks. So, with Zen splitting like that, you need to be defensively setting up, like here, just making sure they don't 5-man push middle. And when they start splitting up to try to go pick him off and just, like, go do their own thing, then you should be, like, warding in the jungle and trying to catch them out in bushes with, like, with Diana. So, like, ward some of this stuff. While you're on your way out, just, like, ward here. Just ward something. Ward here. They're probably going to try to come over here or go for Baron next. Be my guess. You need to ping him out. They could all collapse on him. They're probably going to push this in and go have a look at Baron, I think. Be my guess. I don't like that. TP. I mean, they're both trying to TP in here. They're basically just going to double suicide for this inhibitor. Enemy team's going to kill him. And then they're going to get Baron. And probably walk it up middle would be my prediction. Let's see. Just try to push up middle. That's all you can do. You can't go do Baron because two of your people aren't there. Like, you might be able to do Baron with just Zen and Corki. Maybe, but he doesn't have any armor, I don't think, does he? Oh, he doesn't have any armor, so Baron would crush him, probably. Well, they didn't get Baron yet. Yeah, just keep pushing. I'll speed this up a little bit here.
Blue team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Nasus doesn't have TP, so y'all need to be aware of that. Yeah, this is Zen's kind of got the right idea here. No, they're just gonna go get a free Infernal. Yeah. And they get caught, they're dead. Well, if you can kill these two, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, this is why split pushing is not really a good strategy, I don't think, for solo queue a lot of times. Your team just can't play around it. I know there are some YouTubers that swear by split pushing, that you can do it, but if you're gonna do it, you have to communicate really well with your team. Wait, why? Oh, because he gets faster Qs. Okay. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I guess he's kind of stalling. This game is probably really frustrating to play because you can't do anything about this hardly. Like, all you can do is shot call and try to set up wards for this, but people are just everywhere, just like suiciding to try to get towers and inhibitors. What does Corky have? Death Stance, ew. God, does he really live? No, he doesn't. Well, yeah, get Baron, get Baron, get Baron. Zen doesn't have armor. I mean, he might have enough lifesteal if you keep shielding him. I don't know. You don't have ult. You already used redemption. I guess it was okay to try, but did Zen like jump the wall? He died like right here, so he must have flashed the wall and tried to go on Lux. He should have just stayed on her, or like on the Baron. But he doesn't have armor, that's the thing. Like, your shield can kind of protect him some, but... Yes, there's not a lot you can do if he flashes the pit like that. I do think trying Baron when they have 2 people dead is like, you kind of have to do it at 16 to 41. I mean, at this point, you really can't team fight. I said before, it's going to be hard to team fight to begin with, so... Like, split pushing is not, like, the end of the world, but it has to be communicated, and people have to work around it correctly. While he's using all of his resources on the Nami. What? Oh. Yeah, you got too close there. I mean, wait, why were you that close? Let me see. Ult, or like redemption. So you like, there's no reason to walk up that close there. It probably wouldn't matter at that point, honestly, but Garen's just so huge. And Nas is just like AFK or something. Yeah, you really shouldn't be that close for Garen to ult that. Like, you need to shield the Corki. Like, just use your redemption as soon as Zen goes in like that. Just use your redemption right here. And then just shield the Corki and try to stay max range. I talked about that in another recent video that I did with you, the coaching video, which is like, stay max range, stay further back, don't let people kill you incidentally. And Garen shredded like half your health with his spin to win, incidentally, I think, and then he just walked up and he just ulted you. What? Yeah. In a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and recap the points. So stay further back. That's a theme throughout a lot of these recent coaching videos. Stay further back, avoid incidental damage. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring all this together. Alright, so a big one is pay close attention to rotations. So if you would have just stayed with the team, like if you would have directed Diana to go down bottom to clear that wave that you got early in the game, that you tried to get early in the game, and then if you just stayed top, or if you stayed in the middle and just defended middle, then that would have helped out so much, because when you were bottom like that, then 2 people died and they got mid tower, and then you weren't allowed to back after that, or I guess you were allowed, but you chose not to back after that, and it made it difficult to back because you weren't sure where to go after that, and then that gave them Herald as well. So they basically got Rift Herald 2 kills in a tower, and the Rift Herald got 2 towers bot lane. So by rotating bot instead of staying middle, it's not all your fault. They shouldn't have been there middle, but they were, and so it effectively gave 3 towers and 2 kills off of that, and that was a huge snowball play. So I think just directing someone else to go bottom for that farm, and then you staying middle to try to help defend that tower would have been the key play. And then after Corky comes up, so you send Diana bot to get that farm. Just have Malachi go farm the jungle or something. You stay middle. Just try to protect the tower, wave clear. If they try to make a push on it, tell Malachi to come help you from off of the Raptors or wherever he would be. And then once Corky can rotate to middle, once he spawns again, he rotates middle, and then you get to go back and get your items. And then you can come out with wards and protect Rift Herald. And Diana can just keep pushing up bot lane until it creates pressure, and then y'all can maybe make a play on Rift Herald once one of them goes bottom. Or you could maybe try to push up middle. But that was a really big play, I think. So try to stay close to towers, defend, just tell someone else to go get that farm. They just probably didn't notice it. Just say, hey, Diana, lots of free farm bottom, go get it, or something like that. Or even, I mean, even if they don't go, just staying middle to help them get that tier 1 tower, or at least run away once the enemy shows up. I think you could have saved one or both of them if you were there, and then just let a tower die, or not a tower, but let like a minion wave die to the bottom tower. Would have been better than giving up all that other stuff. So I think just staying with the team there is probably the best course of action, even if Diana didn't go bottom. Just back much sooner for items. And like I said, I know it was really awkward because people just kept running around and dying, but like once those 2 die middle and they get the tower middle and you've committed to not going to save the tower, they just go ahead and back and get your items. Then at least you have a Sightstone to try to protect Rift Herald. So just, you know, you need to back like relatively often so that you get wards, especially when you don't have your Sightstone. Like as soon as you have enough gold for Sightstone and there's a break in the action at all, you need to go back and get those wards on the map. It's huge because they just kept catching people out. They got a free Rift Herald, they got a bunch of free dragons, and they just kept getting free picks on people. And a lot of that is because you didn't have any vision for the first like 17 minutes of the game, so you didn't have a Sightstone. So I know it was awkward timing because everyone just kept dying, but you got to find some time to go back and get some wards. And rush Eye of the Oasis, especially once towers start going down like that. You really need those 4 wards because they're going to keep sweeping them, and you're going to have to reposition your wards. So there might be 1 minute you have to ward Dragon because everybody's down there trying to do Dragon, and then all of a sudden, you know, your Zen is top lane trying to push the tier 2, and then all of a sudden you need to run to red side and wards a couple of wards around red. There's just people all over the place on the map, and that means you constantly have to readjust your wards. Makes it very difficult for proper ward coverage when that happens, and so you really, really need that 4th ward. Sometimes you can rush Ardent Censer, and I've done on stream a couple of times on Janna. If you're really far ahead in the lane, and if your 80 carry scales really well with Ardent Censer, so if it's an attack speed 80 carry, like a Jinx, a Vayne, a Sivir, something like that that's going to get crit and attack speed, then getting Ardent Censer can be good. But typically, the lane still needs to be like relatively up. Right, so like once all of the first tier towers fall, or at least a couple of them fall, then you really need those wards. But if you're still in lane, when you're almost done with Ardent Censer, that's fine. You can keep going for it because you don't need the wards as much because you're not roaming as much yet. So I do think that the Ardent Censer rush can make sense in some circumstances, but I think that most of the time, like probably 80-90% of the time, you should just rush your forward item, Eye of the Oasis. Okay. And I think I've seen this in some of your other videos. I don't remember if it was yours or other people. This is very common with a lot of Janna players, and I'm guilty of it too, is you'll run out of mana and you won't save enough for shield and you won't save enough for your ult. Keep in mind that Janna's spells, like, she doesn't usually have a lot of mana problems because she doesn't spam her spells, but her shield's pretty expensive. I think it's like 100 mana, and her ult's 100 mana as well, and her tornado's like 90 mana. So if you have these extended fights where you don't back, and these fights just keep going on for a very long time, and you're not in a lane to get mana coins, then you can run out of mana pretty quickly. So you need to be careful as Janna. Just look at your mana bar before a fight's about to start and just say, okay, you know, I've got enough for like 2 spells. What are they going to be? And just say, okay, I've got to have a shield and I've got to have my ult, so I can't tornado. And I know that that's hard to do when you're in the heat of the moment, but just try to pause, just take a breath. Whenever a fight's going to start, just glance down, see how much health you have, how much mana you have, which summoners do you have? Do you have exhaust? Do you have flash? How are you going to use those? Is your redemption up? So just take stock right when a fight starts. Just glance down, just take a second, and just think, okay, this is what I have. I have this much mana, I have exhaust, I have redemption, or I don't have exhaust, I don't have redemption. So I need to be careful. I need to ping them back if I don't have those things. So just take inventory and just see what you have right when a fight starts, and then try to plan accordingly. Because when you're right in the middle of the fight, if you haven't done that, then it's going to catch you off guard. Like that, you're going to use a tornado and not have enough mana for an ult there. So just right when a fight's going to break out, just take a peek down, take inventory, and figure out what you need to do from there. Okay, so watch the mini-map and do not fight 4v5. Sometimes you just have to make the best of a bad situation, and that sucks. But that's how it is in life too, right? You know, a lot of times you don't get the ideal situation. You just have to deal with the cards that you're dealt. And if you're dealt a Zen that just AFK split pushes, basically, that's what you're dealt with. So you just have to not fight ever. If that means he's splitting top and there's a dragon, you have to give up the dragon. That sucks, but that's just how it is. So just do not fight 4v5. No matter what happens, just don't do it. I mean, people were pinging him, and yes, he shouldn't be there, and I'm sure everyone was mad at him. And yeah, he was a big part of why y'all lost that game. But at the same time, like, you know he's there. You know what he's doing. Especially after the first time he did it. That second time on Dragon, y'all just have to let it go. You just have to just take a breath, say, that sucks, but that's how it is. And then just figure out what you can do with what you have. So I think just trying to defend, trying to push out waves as much as you can, and just wait on 2 people to go up there and kill him. And when they kill him, just see what you can do. Try to get some vision around Baron and bait him. I think that's something that you didn't do at all in this game, really, was direct the Diana. Just say, okay, like when Zen's over here, like you guys got into a fight, I think in the middle lane, and you got clobbered when Zen was over here AFK pushing, or maybe it was in your jungle, it was somewhere around there the first time it happened. Y'all need to say, okay, try to get Zen to come in. Zen, come over here, help out or something. You don't have teleport, you can't split push. If he doesn't do it, you're like, okay, so here's what we're going to do. As soon as 2 go over there for Zen, we're going to go up here and get vision. Just ping help on Baron, ping your Sightstone, ping help. Go over here, get vision. Then what I would want you to do is like sweep this, drop a control ward here, say don't have vision of Baron, and then I want you to either probably wait here, like come through here, sweep this stuff, drop a control ward on Baron. If you have multiple control wards, which you probably should, then drop a control ward here. Make sure this is clean. So now this is all going to be clean if you do that properly. Wait right here when they send 2 there. You can't do the Baron fast enough without him. He's the smite. But if you're waiting right here, someone's going to come check it. Have a ward here. Have a ward here. Someone's going to come check this. And when they do, you're sitting here with Diana and the rest of your team, and you just jump out and kill them. You kill 2 or 3 people. You can either go try to do the Baron after that, or you could go get another tower or something. But that's how you have to do it. You have to trade Zen for Baron, or for wards, and then you trade your vision for kills. You leverage that vision to get kills. So when he goes up here, you know, they're going to send Garen and 1 other person at him, probably. You push him all the way back, because now you're going to have the advantage. You're going to have the 4v3 when there's 2 people there. So you push him all the way back, and then you get in here, clear out all this vision, and then bait him. That's what you have to do. It's not the best strategy in the world, but that's the best that you have. You know, it'd be nice if it was Nasus splitting. That's what should have happened. It should have been Nasus splitting. He has teleport. When they send 2 or 3 people at him, then you have Zen here, and then you can actually threaten the Baron. But you can still, even if Zen's the one that's splitting, you can still get vision, clean out the area, and bait them when they come in. So I think I didn't see that happen in that game, and that's what should have been happening. So I know it seems helpless. It's like, God, this guy's split pushing. There's nothing we can do. But there is. You just have to think outside the box and be creative. Get vision, use vision to get picks when they go do that. So should he have done it? No. But given that he is doing it, I think that's the best plan of action that you could have had there. Okay, and then just in general... Hold on, dear. So stay further back. I talked about this in the other video that I'm sure you probably, hopefully watched already. But just stay back. You shouldn't be getting hit by incidental damage. I mean, you were basically, at the end, you were in hand-to-hand combat with Garen, and he just pressed R and killed you because you had taken a bunch of free damage. He's just like, oh, there's Janna. Boom. You know, like, you got to make it a little bit harder for him than that. And I assume you were probably watching the Zen and trying to go over there to help him while he was suiciding into 3 people, but you just got to let him die in that case. Like, you just have to stay back, try to shield the Corki, and just peel as best you can. Because Zen's just so far out of position, you just have to let him die at that point. But, anyways, overall, pretty good. I think you did a good job for the most part. That was a really difficult game because a lot of that came down to macro. You know, just trying to figure out how to deal with this AFK split pusher. And that's a problem that a lot of people have to deal with in solo queues. You have this guy who's unwilling to do what your team wants to do. How do you win? It is possible. You just have to think outside the box a little bit. Okay, well, thank you very much. That's going to be it for this video. I talked about you can get your own coaching session out there if you like, viewers. Just for $20, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'll make a video just like this for you. We'll help you figure out how to gain more elo, how to get some ranks. And then I mentioned the members thing. I want to bring that up here just really quickly. I'm going to have a proper video soon for this, but if you want to become a member, it's just $5 a month. That's about 18 cents a day, and it's not a lot of money, but it helps me out a ton. And it also helps build the wonderful community that we already have going on. So the $5 a month will get you a 10% discount on all donation services, including coaching, guide requests, anything else that you might commission on the stream. Access to the member-only Discord. I can go ahead and pull it up really quick. It's really cool. We've got a vibrant, growing community. People in here sharing pictures, memes, talking about their day, talking about their pets, sharing old stories. People can go in and listen to music, their favorite albums while they watch the stream. And so it just allows for a lot of the stuff that I can't typically do on YouTube. So I think that that it's a really nice way. And it's relatively troll-free too, which is lovely. Because most trolls are not going to be willing to pay $5 just to come in and say a troll thing and get banned. You know? A lot of trolls only do it because it's easy, it's accessible, and it's free to go in and mess with people. So I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully we don't get a troll, but I think logistically it just wouldn't make sense for a troll to waste their money doing something like that. So that's what helps keep it nice, clean, fun. And that's why I think that, you know, people have asked me, well, why can't the Discord be free? I think that that's actually helpful to have it cost a very small amount because it keeps the trolls out of there. And then also, most comments need to stay on YouTube so that YouTube recognizes that we have quality content, and it'll boost up the videos in the search results because a lot of YouTube's algorithm depends on comments and interactions on a video. And obviously, if everyone's talking and laughing and having a good time on the Discord, then that doesn't show up on the channel. It also makes the channel look a little bit more dead if nobody's there. I know that last night near the beginning of the stream, because a lot of our most talkative people are members at this point, and they hang out in here and chat because, you know, they're talking with each other. It's a smaller group. A lot of times they hang out in a channel and just talk voice. And I thought my screen was glitched on viewers night. Like, I thought, oh my gosh, is my stream frozen? Because no one said anything for like 3 minutes. And then I asked, and then a couple of people chimed in. They're like, no, we're here. You know, we're just lurking. And so I kind of got the experience there. Like, it felt like it was a dead stream. Like, it might be glitched, or there just might not be a lot going on. And it's because a lot of people are there. Now, that's fine because it's members, and I want people to have that enjoyment, especially on members night, right? And they're paying the $5 to help with that. But, you know, for new people on the stream, there might be some people, if everybody was on the Discord, that just think, oh, like nobody talks here. This isn't a cool community. Like, this is boring. Nobody says anything, right? And so that's why I can't open it up for everybody. For free, because we would have too many trolls in here, and the stream would just look dead. Because a lot of the comments would migrate over here. The vast majority would migrate over here. And we just wouldn't get as much traffic to come through because it wouldn't be rated as highly. So it makes sense as a subscription thing, right? So as a $5 a month thing, we can definitely pull it off. But if it was free and there was like 11,000 people in here, it would also be extremely crowded if everyone could come onto the Discord at the same time. So that's why it's $5. Also, you get to play games with me every Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. You get to play with other people that you recognize on the channel. It helps build the community. I try out a bunch of different champions that I don't usually play during ranked. I have people vote for that on a straw poll during the week, and I try to get through all of those as the week progresses. So you get some say in how the content develops on the stream in terms of which champions I play. You get to play with me on Tuesdays, and you get to hang out in the lovely Discord, and you get a discount on any coaching videos or anything else that you want. And especially when Warhammer 2 comes out, I'll let you vote on which faction you want to see me play. A lot of people are just now starting to watch my Warhammer series. It's a lot of fun. I explain it very well in the campaigns. I explain all my decisions, and I think it's just really cool, especially if you like thinking, you like strategy, or you just like fantasy with like dwarves, trolls, undead, and a lot of other cool monsters. The Warhammer universe is very rich. It's a lot of fun. It's a much smaller community than the League community, but it is really cool. So you can check out those videos on the channel if you want, and then if you want to vote on which faction you want to see next, maybe you're just really intrigued by the Beastmen, or you're really intrigued by the Undead or whatever, you can vote on that, and then I'll try to get a couple of episodes for that, for the highest voted faction every week. So it's a lot of stuff for $5. It is a fantastic deal for 18 cents a day. I mean, $5 is less than a lunch for most people in one day, a fast food lunch. So, and it really helps me out a ton. So anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.